as its response to the latest ceasefire plan after it's consulted other Palestinian groups. It wants guarantees that Israel won't resume its airstrikes on Gaza after the truce expires. Israel is preparing a plan to make sure Iran can't rebuild its capabilities during the recent conflict between them. Tehran's nuclear program was hit and Israel enjoyed apparent air superiority. In a rare operation, South Korean troops have helped a defector from the north cross the heavily mined border between the countries. It took 20 hours to help the man cross the border zone to the south. President Trump is today signing his tax and spending plan into law. He says it'll create the strongest economy on earth, but critics warn it cuts taxes for the rich and adds trillions to the national debt. Moscow's decision to officially recognize Taliban rule has been condemned by Afghan women's organizations. They say it legitimizes banning girls from education and other extreme measures imposed by the Islamists who took power 4 years ago. Malaysia says it's broken up a group spreading radical Islamism among Bangladeshi workers. It used social media to recruit followers and collect funds for Islamic State militants in Syria and Bangladesh. At least 20 people have been injured in a huge explosion at a petrol station in Rome. The blast sent a massive fireball into the sky. Likely cause was a truck hitting a pipeline. Parts of Latin America are experiencing record cold temperatures, with Argentina, Chile and Uruguay the worst affected. At least 15 people have died. The high demand for electricity for heating has led to power cuts and restrictions in gas supply. BBC News.
Hey, Charlie, you're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy, you stressed out, tired? Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission-free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR, S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
My worship thing is coming.
United Kingdom, get ready for a divine encounter like never before. On the 9th of August 2025, Abraham Lambton Ministries presents the maiden edition of Art of Worship in the UK. An unforgettable evening of glory, praise and revelation. Join us on the theme, The Nature of Worship, as we unlock the heart of true worship with none other than Apostle Abraham Lambton, a prophetic voice for this generation.
I may be down, but still I will worship you. I may be naked, but still I will worship you.
And that's not all. Prepare for anointed ministrations from powerful vessels of worship: Lady Frida Akrofi, Minister Chanel Kale, Minister Emmanuel Jemfi, and a Rabbanam music. The venue: Praise Gate Temple, Unit 5, Pit Lake, 46 Industrial Estate, West Croydon, CRO 3RA. The time is 5 p.m. sharp. Come early, come expectant. This isn't just another event, it's a move of God. Mark your calendar, bring a friend, and let heaven kiss earth as we explore the art of worship. For more information, call +44 7888 635 893 or follow Apostle Abraham Lamte on all social media platforms. Art of Worship UK edition. You can't afford to miss this.
Let the heavens hear you tonight.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour Show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour Show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
My worship link is coming.
United Kingdom, get ready for a divine encounter like never before. On the 9th of August 2025, Abraham Lamte Ministries presents the maiden edition of Art of Worship in the UK. An unforgettable evening of glory, praise and revelation. Join us on the theme, The Nature of Worship, as we unlock the heart of true worship with none other than Apostle Abraham Lamte, a prophetic voice for this generation.
I may be down, but still I will worship you. I may be naked, but still I will worship you.
And that's not all. Prepare for anointed ministrations from powerful vessels of worship. Lady Frida Akrofi, Minister Chanel Kale, Minister Emmanuel Jemfi, and a Rabanam music. The venue, Praise Gate Temple, Unit 5 Pit Lake, 46 Industrial Estate, West Croydon, CRO 3RA. The time is 5 p.m. sharp. Come early, come expectant. This isn't just another event, it's a move of God. Mark your calendar, bring a friend, and let heaven kiss earth as we explore the art of worship. For more information, call +44 7888 635 893 or follow Apostle Abraham Lamte on all social media platforms. Art of Worship UK edition. You can't afford to miss this.
Let the heavens hear you tonight.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prum Prum Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission-free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
My worship thing is coming.
United Kingdom, get ready for a divine encounter like never before. On the 9th of August 2025, Abraham Lampton Ministries presents the maiden edition of Art of Worship in the UK. An unforgettable evening of glory, praise and revelation. Join us on the theme, The Nature of Worship, as we unlock the heart of true worship with none other than Apostle Abraham Lampton, a prophetic voice for this generation.
I may be down, but still I will worship you. I may be naked, but still I will worship you.
And that's not all. Prepare for anointed ministrations from powerful vessels of worship, Lady Frida Akrofi, Minister Chanel Kale, Minister Emmanuel Jemfi, and a Rabbanam music. The venue, Praise Gate Temple, Unit 5 Pit Lake, 46 Industrial Estate, West Croydon, CRO 3RA. The time is 5 p.m. sharp. Come early, come expectant. This isn't just another event, it's a move of God. Mark your calendar, bring a friend, and let heaven kiss earth as we explore the art of worship. For more information, call +44 7888 635 893 or follow Apostle Abraham Lampton on all social media platforms. Art of Worship UK edition. You can't afford to miss this.
Let the heavens hear you tonight.
The best radio show.
Hi there, this is CJ Buckman, your life coach. And whenever I'm in London, I listen to Starr Radio UK right here. But guess what? You can listen to wherever you are.
Show them you got the coco set. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Harry Song, aka Mr. Songs. This is the Kingmaker Baba for the girls. We're here. This is Starr Radio. Don't go nowhere. UK, London. We they call them London for home. For here, we call them London. And that's how you know.
Coolest way to start your weekend. Coolest way to start your weekend. The best radio show.
Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
All around the world. In your car.
At work.
At home.
On your smartphone.
This is Starr Radio UK. Are you ready to turn it up?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Your heart is aching. Smile even though it's breaking.
When there are clouds in the sky, you get by. If you smile through your fear and sorrow, smile and maybe tomorrow you find that life is still worthwhile if you just smile. Hey, this is Archie, and you are listening to Starr Radio UK and the Morning Show.
This is Starr Radio. This is UK. Starr Radio UK. This is Starr Radio UK.
Welcome.
Broadcasting worldwide online 24/7.
Enlighten your day with Starr Radio. Starr Radio. Radio for the people, by the people.
Okay, let me say massive good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you wherever you might be on planet Earth, and those of you on other planets as well. We want to salute each and every one of you and welcome you to the Friday edition of the Starr Radio UK Morning Show. I remain yours sincerely, the one and only.
This is the morning show with
Archie. So once again, I say welcome to the program from now till exactly 12 o'clock, depending, 12 o'clock, 12:30, depending on our money man's availability. I'm going to bring you everything from archaeology to zoology, from Accra to Zanzibar, as you say on this platform. If it's making the headlines, be rest assured of one thing: I'm going to be bringing it your way. But first of all, let me say good morning to my able producer, Mr. Francis Guy, to Perry in the house as well. Good morning to you. A special good morning also goes to the one and only, yes, Bishop Additional, good morning. Eben all the way in Cape Town, South Africa, good morning to you. To my money man, Mr. Dan Tabiri, CEO of GIL Accountancy Services. Yes, if time permits, he's going to be with us live on the show at 12:30. If not, be rest assured, I said we will be bringing you a repeat of some of the conversations that we've had in the past, ones that are relevant to you. Okay. Let me say good morning also to Mr. Frank Davids, Mr. Lion Mikoiki, KB Bossman, Vicky Newton, all presenters who have been on Starr Radio, okay? Present and past. Mr. Malik Dramani Mahama, good morning to you. To the one and only Kojodi, good morning. And then to Felix all the way in Aberdeen, good morning. Captain Felix Tete, good morning to you. Reverend Michael Esiama, good morning. Reverend Emmanuel Sechidi, good morning to you, man of God. Hope you are all doing very, very well. To Bishop Additional all the way in I want to say South Africa, in Lagos, Nigeria, the Abbey office. I salute you there as well. Anthony Adedeji, Aziz Shamsuddin, Tosino all the way in Moscow. I salute you all. Hope you are doing very, very well. And to all our listeners who listen to us in the UAE, we salute you, especially those of you also listening to us on the Yoruba Nations platform, Koiki Media platforms, and the United States of Biafra platforms. We want to salute each and every one of you. Once again, I say it as I normally will. Welcome to the program. This is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Let me also take the opportunity to say good morning to Atta Kofi, all the way in Ghana, and to Ni Ananajo, the chief of Ashaman. Massive good morning to you, sirs, and then to all the inhabitants of Ashaman. You know why I salute them all the time? Because I have been made an ordinary citizen of Ashaman. Yeah, man. So I tell you, when I come down there, I'll be visiting you for sure. Rest assured. All right then, paying homage to our chief. All right then, for the good work that he's doing there, and to the citizens there as well, trying to turn their lives and everything around there. Massive good morning to you all there. So if I've not acknowledged you wherever you might be, I say massive good morning to you, and thank you very much for tuning in as well. Antonia all the way in Cape Town, good morning to you, and to the family there as well. Delta Hammond all the way in Kumasi in Ghana, good morning to you, and to all the family that is the Hammonds there. I salute each and every one of you. Once again, welcome to Starr Radio UK. This is Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Let's move on. So I'm going to bring you the quote for the day, the weather forecast to follow suit, then the travel update. We'll move on from there to have a look at some of the stories making the rounds across the globe, and that is known as global trotting. Then after which we continue from there, looking at the details of those stories. At a 11:45, the lines will be activated. The line that is via Teams. So you look for, if you have Teams, you have to download your own Teams, and then look for Starr Radio UK, and you'll be allowed to do so. Your voice can be heard. And then at 12 o'clock, we bring the first part of the program to close. If we are fortunate to have our money man free, and then he's going to be joining us at 12:30. If not, then at 12 o'clock exactly, we'll bring you a repeat of some of the conversations that we've had with him in the past, most likely what we did sometime last week. So we wanted to just get yourself ready, and you know what, let's take this journey not to the unknown but to the known, because well, with Archie here, happiness is near, and I'm going to make sure you have a lovely jubbly day and get you to your destination in safety. All right then. So once again, welcome to the program Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. So the quote for the day says, on today, the 4th day of July, the concept of luck in the whole success phenomenon renders human beings as passive creatures who wait in line for their chance for success and do nothing but wait. It's quite deep, let me put it that way. Let me say good morning to Pastor Alex Ajay. Pastor Alex, good morning to you. And that is Joshua saying, says it's quite deep. Yeah, when he say things that he thinks, wow, this is mind-boggling, he says it's quite deep. And I'm quoting from Joshua this morning. Good morning to you all there. Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Let's crack on. Now the weather has been a bit better now. Yeah, at least in the night you can have a bit of sleep there, but it seems to be changing slightly, and let me tell you what is going to happen on that front. So for those of you in London and southeastern part of England, this is how the weather is going to be for you. Today will be warm or very warm with plenty of sunshine throughout, albeit the rather hazy at times. After dusk, a few areas of cloud will move in from the northwest. Now it's going to be remaining mostly cloudy through the overnight period, through the apologies, though the all clear break is still possible. Mostly dry, but 1 or 2 spots of rain may develop during the early hours in places. It's going to be moderate winds as well. Top temperature is going to be 26 degrees, and the lowest is going to be 16 degrees. So as I said, a bit murky, but pollen level is going to be very high, UV level high, and pollution low. Sunset is going to be 21:20, and sunrise for tomorrow morning 04:49 hours. But let me tell you what is happening over the weekend if you have any activities there. Now generally Saturday is going to be cloudy with spells of showery rain through the afternoon. The rain will likely ease away before the end of the day, and it's going to be turning breezy, even windy in places. Now come Sunday morning, there will be a breezy and cool day with plenty of clouds and a few sunny spells, especially later in the day. The odd shower cannot be ruled out in the morning. That is pertaining to Sunday. Temperatures will be ranging for Saturday 21 degrees tops and the lowest 16 degrees. Sunday 22 degrees tops and the lowest 13 degrees. So in a gist, that's how the weather is going to be for you. This is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. We'll take a quick break, and then I take you on the travels wherever you are. Stay tuned and don't touch the dial. This is Star Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Hey, Charlie, you're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy, you stressed out, tired? Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
You are listening to Star Radio Morning Show.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the program. This is Star Radio UK and your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Keep your eyes on the roads. Keep your eyes on the roads. As keeping navigated, I promise our bond. Yes, on the travels this morning. Well, so on the travel this morning, Hammersmith and City Line are experiencing minor delays westbound, and it says only due to train cancellations. And then the Jubilee Line is also experiencing minor delays due to train cancellations there as well. Piccadilly Line, no service between South Harrow and Uxbridge. Minor delays between South Harrow and Acton Town while they respond to a fire alert at South Harrow. Good service on the rest of the line though. Okay, that aside, all the other underground lines are running a good service, and when it comes to the London Tram Link, London Overground, good service there as well. So we go straight to the major roads in London. Let me tell you what is happening there. That is the A roads. Now on the A roads this morning, A12 is experiencing serious delays. That is due to let me bring you the details there. I like to do that so you know exactly what is going on there. Flyover refurbishment, so there is a bit of delays there as well. The A316 Clifford Avenue, both directions, Kingsway and St. Leonard's Road, temporary signals in operation to facilitate cadets gas works. Some works going on there as well. And A205, same there, A205 Sunset Road, all approaches at the junction of Ravensbourne Road, temporary traffic signals to facilitate UKPN works there. That aside, all the others there are no exceptional delays there. You should be okay. Now when it comes to the river bus as well, good service throughout. The London cable car is also experiencing a good service there. Bringing us to the final segment of the travel update, that is the National Rail. And I'm proud to say, for once, yes, once in a while that's happened. Thank God, and it's good there. Now on the National Rail this morning, good service throughout, right? Good. All right then. So now we're going to take a quick break again, and I'll take you global trotting. Stay tuned and don't touch the dial. Just bear with me whilst I do so.
Tune in to On Point here on Star Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Welcome back to the program Star Radio UK. Let's go on. Let's go global trotting. So starting from home here, I understand what Trump cares about, says Starmer. The Prime Minister says he found common ground with President Trump as both really care about family. So they care about family. That's what he thinks. Yeah, so we've got a common ground there. And the Home Office not checking when foreign worker visas expire. Home Office not checking when foreign worker visas expire is one of the stories making the rounds. The sale of illegal cigarettes signals a deeper problem with UK High Street. Now, interestingly, it's not only what do you call him? We'll be coming to him in a moment. Trump's brother. Elon, who is thinking of forming a third force or another party to wrestle with the Democrats and the Republicans. But now we have Zara Sultana and Jeremy Corbyn who are saying they are forming another party to wrestle power from the Conservatives and the Labour Party. Well, so let's see. Are they going to make any impact at all? It's all Star Radio UK. No any sign for bin strikes after 6 months. Oh boy. Oh boy. I remember my daughter, she lives in she's educated, so she's in Birmingham. That's same place. But then I asked her, well, he said, oh, it's not a posh place. That's where they live, our posh places. So they don't have problems like that. But other places where they are living, the majority of people are living, that is where they have that issue. So they are not saying anything of the sort. But she tells me when she's going to work or at times going to lectures, some of the areas that she has to travel through before she gets there, you find out that there are stinky stuff going on there. But what do you think about all that? It's all coming away from Star Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Sports agent Jonathan Barnett has been accused of rape in U.S. lawsuit. Those are some of the stories making the rounds this morning. Coming away, so Star Radio UK. Now, moving on to other parts of the world as well. Kyiv has been hit by a barrage of drone strikes as Putin rejects Trump's truce bid. Now, almost every district in the capital sustained damage after Russia fired a record 550 drones, Ukraine has said. What is the way forward there? Now that we know the U.S. has also held or withheld some of the arms or ammunition that they were sending or weapons that they were sending to Ukraine, is it that Trump wants to give Russia the power to maybe crash Ukraine to a point that Ukraine will come begging? But have you forgotten the fact that when Ukraine President Zelensky came to the White House, they were all about, well, we're not going to be giving you that because you don't want to sign the deal and you don't want to say thank you. The man had signed the deal, the man had said thank you, and lo and behold, we're still saying that. Okay, Gaza aid contractor tells reporters he saw colleagues fire on hungry Palestinians. It's quite a sad one. Now, Russia becomes first state to recognize Afghanistan Taliban government. Boy, well, is it a state that is being set? Okay, from the left against the right, or the west against the east. Trump gets major win now, but it comes with risks down the road. And what risks are those? So coming away from Star Radio UK, Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom confirms a split, and boxer Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. arrested by U.S. immigration for what? Okay, lots more going to be coming away from there. So coming away from Star Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. In other stories as well, Michael Madsen, actor of Kill Bill and Reservoir Dogs fame, dead at 67. So if you see that you are still alive, well and kicking, well, what about Diogo that I did talk about yesterday, who's been involved in a crash and has died out of that himself, and the brother. Our thoughts are with all those families. Now, there was one story that I wanted to touch on there that's pertaining to, now Putin tells Trump, Tesla sales slump once again as Musk pay price for Trump ties. Well, and he is saying Musk is calling for the release of the files of the one and only Epstein, where he thinks, well, the president's name has been sort of mentioned or embroiled in. You want to know more? You got to stay tuned. I'm going to tell you more about all that. So coming away from Star Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. On the African front, Mali coup leader granted 5-year term in power. Now, General Azimi Goita is set to remain in power until at least 2030. His term can be renewed indefinitely. How true is that? We're going to be telling you more about that. Ethiopia has finished building mega dam on now. That's what the Prime Minister is saying. And Tabiri is paid after Nigeria's keeper Rufai dies age 61. And we say, may his soul rest in perfect peace. Heat waves and hand-to-hand combat, Africa's top shot. And then Angelique Kidjo, first black African to get Hollywood Walk of Fame star. Okay, I remember him back in the day. I remember him back in the day, but I've forgotten some of the songs that she sang there. I'll be telling you. A former South African Deputy President David Mabuza dies at age 64. What is all that? 16 and they are all quenching. Denmark backs Ukraine's EU membership quest. Those are some of the stories making the round. And Eastern DRC tension. UN points to Rwanda's role in AFC and M23. Okay. More coming your way from there. In Nigeria, Buhari didn't achieve all, but he's better than Tinubu's government, Amechi is saying. Now Tinubu expresses sadness over passing of legendary goalkeeper Peter Rufai, which I did talk about earlier on. So coming your way from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Now, Kenya, okay, we've touched on that one already. But Ohanize to federal government, free Nnamdi Kanu now. 4 years is too long. And that's what they are saying. And then in other stories coming to Ghana, constitutional lawyers urges Agrada's legal team to appeal harsh 15-year sentence. Harsh 15-year sentence for who? Agrada? What did she do? Now, newly sworn in Justice Zamefe pledges equal justice without fear or favor. It's one thing being said and it's one thing putting it in action. So let's see whether they will have the balls, excuse me for my words, for doing that. Ethics must be central to newly anti-corruption strategy, Julius Deborah is also saying. It's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. In other stories as well, we cannot keep subsidizing Ghana while it pays China. U.S. Senator tells Okujato Ablakwa they cannot continue to subsidize Ghana while Ghana pays China. So they come in, everybody says, pay me, pay me. Well, so we'll come to that Grada story. She's been sentenced to 15 years imprisonment, but the church, they say the husband said the church will still go on. What did she do? What did she do? Well, we're going to be telling you more about all that in other stories as well. Import taxes driving city to the brink. Food and beverage board is also saying, well, commercial use of tricycles still illegal. Judges remind operators. The Mang Mine. 3 MPP MPs drag government to court over unconstitutional Aborso Goldfields lease deal. Well, it's going to be quite an interesting time this morning. Security guard jailed for stealing 5,600 euros from NHIS head office. Wow. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK. And this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Let's take a quick break, and once we come back, I will be bringing you all that you need to know when it comes to the stories, the details of the stories that we put across this morning. This is Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
My worship thing is coming.
United Kingdom, get ready for a divine encounter like never before. On the 9th of August 2025, Abraham Lampton Ministries presents the maiden edition of Art of Worship in the UK. An unforgettable evening of glory, praise and revelation. Join us on the theme, The Nature of Worship, as we unlock the heart of true worship with none other than Apostle Abraham Lampton, a prophetic voice for this generation.
I may be down, but still I will worship you. I may be naked, but still I will worship you.
And that's not all. Prepare for anointed ministrations from powerful vessels of worship: Lady Frida Crofi, Minister Chanel Kale, Minister Emmanuel Jemfi, and a Rabbanam music. The venue: Praise Gate Temple, Unit 5, Pit Lake, 46 Industrial Estate, West Croydon, CRO 3RA. The time is 5 p.m. sharp. Come early, come expectant. This isn't just another event, it's a move of God. Mark your calendar, bring a friend, and let heaven kiss earth as we explore the art of worship. For more information, call +44 7888 635 893 or follow Apostle Abraham Lampton on all social media platforms. Art of Worship UK edition. You can't afford to miss this.
Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancehall taking over. Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancehall taking over. Yo, what's up, people? This is a boy Raskin Bobo One. Tune in every day, every night at the Star Radio UK with the big man them Archie. When I say Otta, you say fire.
Welcome back to the program. This is Star Radio UK, and it is the Friday edition of the morning show, where we bring you everything from archaeology to zoology, from Accra to Zanzibar. As we say on this platform, it is making the headlines. We'll bring it to the fore. Yes, when I say it means only. If it's making the headlines, why not? We're going to bring it to the fore. So wherever you are, once again, welcome to the program. Share the broadcast with your friends and loved ones and invite them to like our pages as well. I remain yours sincerely, the one and only
Archie. Nobody does it better.
Okay, now let's move on. Kicking off from home here in the UK. Now, people have questioned the Prime Minister's bromance with Donald Trump. Keir Starmer has said he understands what anchors U.S. President Donald Trump, having built a relationship on shared family values. Despite different political backgrounds, the Prime Minister said he found common ground with Trump and that their good personal relationship helped land a vital U.S. tariff deal. Speaking on a radio show, Keir revealed Trump reached out to console him after the death of his younger brother Nick Starmer on Boxing Day. For both of us, we really care about family, and there's a point of connection there, he said. I think I do understand what anchors the president, what he really cares about. Now, Keir revealed he first spoke to Trump as Prime Minister after the then presidential candidate was shot at a rally in July last year. That was a phone call, really, to ask him how it was. And in particular, I wanted to know how it impacted on his family, he said. He added that Trump later called him after the death of his brother. We talked about my brother and he was asking about him, Keir said. Sekia denied this week's painful series of U-turns on welfare reforms were because he had been too focused on foreign affairs and taking his eyes off the ball domestically. On Tuesday, the government avoided defeat on its proposal to overhaul disability benefits by offering late concession to Labour MPs, threatening a rebel. The Prime Minister said he took responsibility for the episodes, admitting it had been a tough few days, but insisting the government will come through this stronger after a period of reflection. But ladies and gentlemen, what do you think about that? It's quite an interesting one, right? Somebody say, oh yeah, right. Okay, so coming away from Starr Radio UK, still in other stories making the rounds on the political front. Now, ex-Labour MP Zara Sultana has announced that she is resigning from the party, saying she will be founding a new party with a former leader Jeremy Corbyn. Sultana, the Coventry South MP, stripped of the Labour whip last year for backing a move to scrap the two-child benefit cap, said the new party will be formed with other independent MPs and activists aiming to challenge a broken Westminster system. Now, Corbyn has been contacted but not confirmed his involvement. However, last night he had hinted he may form a new party, telling ITV's person that it is a test for an alternative and that a grouping will come together. In a social media post, Sultana said the government is an active participant in genocide in Gaza and highlighted growing poverty, the government's position on welfare, and the cost of living as reasons for establishing a new party. Now, Labour has completely failed to improve people's lives, and across the political establishment, from Farah to Starmer, they smear people of conscience trying to stop a genocide in Gaza as terrorists. But the truth is clear. This government is an active participant in genocide, and the British people oppose it. Now, Israel has strenuously denied accusations it is committing genocide or genocidal acts in Gaza. Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer had described the situation in Gaza as appalling and intolerable, though, and repeatedly called for a ceasefire as well as the release of hostages. But some MPs want him to go further and describe the situation in Gaza as a genocide, claims currently being examined by the International Court of Justice. Ladies and gentlemen, is there going to be a third force, and who are the ones going to be joining in? And would that make a dent in the political world at all? Or is just one of those, yeah, we form a party and they go, they are wiped off? Is that what is going to happen? Blown off because they are just like cotton wool in front of a fan or strong winds. What do you think? All right, Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Well, another story that let me put across. Now, the Home Office does not know whether foreign workers are leaving the UK or staying to work illegally after their visas expire. A cross-party committee of MPs have said. The Public Accounts Committee, which scrutinizes government spending, said the Home Office had failed to analyze exit checks since the still worker visa route was introduced in 2020 under the Conservatives. Now, some 1.18 million have applied to come to the UK via this route between its launch in December 2020 and the end of 2024. The Home Office said it had inherited a broken immigration system and that it was working to repair the public trust. The skilled worker visa route replaced Tier 2, the general work visa, after the UK left the European Union. The route was expanded in 2022 by the previous Conservative government to address skill shortages and job vacancies in health and social care in the wake of the COVID pandemic, driving net migration to record levels. But the PAC has accused the Home Office of failing to gather basic information on whether people leave the UK after their visas expire and showing little curiosity about how the route was operating. Its report said that departments still relied on airline passengers' records to check if someone had left the country, and that there had been no analysis of those records since 2020. It added that some Home Office needed to set out what measures will be put in place to record when people had left the country. The report also said there was widespread evidence of workers suffering debt bondage, working excessive hours and exploitative conditions, and accused the department of being slow and inactive to tackle exploitation. I think that is one of the departments that I will never want to be the boss of, because it's hard not to crack. Now, illegal cigarette sales. The sale of illegal cigarettes signals a deeper problem with UK High Street. Now, it's pitch black. We're crawling along a secret underground tunnel beneath a high street in Hull. We pass rotting beams propped up precariously by stacked breeze blocks. A rustic jack is helping prevent the shop floor above from falling in. Through the rubble, we follow a trading standards officer. He starts swinging back and forth in the darkness until it rests on a hidden stash of thousands of illegal cigarettes. This is just one such surreal experience while investigating the sale of illegal cigarettes in Hull. In 1 week, they repeatedly witnessed counterfeit and smuggled tobacco being sold in high streets mini marts, and were threatened by shop workers who grabbed cameras when they were trying to film them. Now, this is now a familiar story being repeated across Britain. In April, the National Crimes Agency raided hundreds of high street businesses, many suspected of being supplied by international crime gangs. Trading standard teams have also found a thriving trade in illicit tobacco. Now, if you smoke, I don't smoke, so I don't have a clue about that. What's the difference between these illegal cigarettes and, let's say, the ones that government knows, or go to the shopping floors on the supermarkets and it's being displayed there, or when you go to this shop, the ones that is being displayed there? What is the difference? Is there that doesn't make you higher, or does it make you lower? What does it actually do? I don't have a clue about that. Yeah, so I will want to know. But ladies and gentlemen, this is all coming your way from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Moving on. Exactly at 11:35. Time is flying like no man's business. But as I've said, if you are able to have Mr. Dan Tabiri, CEO of GIL Accountancy Service and Money Man, joining us at 12:30, we have information from him. Then 12:30 we'll be bringing him to you. If not, exactly at 12 o'clock we'll be bringing you a repeat of one of the conversations that we had in the past. Could be what we had last week. What not? Okay. But a pile of acrid smoke hung over Kyiv on Friday morning following a night of intensive Russian strikes that hit almost every district of the capital, according to Ukraine's authorities. The hours of darkness were once again punctuated by the staccato of air defense guns, bars of drones, and large explosions. Ukraine said Russia fired record 550 drones and 11 missiles during a long night of bombardment. The strike comes hours after a phone call between U.S. President Donald Trump and Russia President Vladimir Putin, after which Trump said he was disappointed that Putin was not ready to end the war against Ukraine. But the other time he was saying Putin wants to end the war, wants to talk, that everything was laying the blame at the doorsteps of Zelensky. Now he seems to be saying something. So is Putin trying to play him at all? A woman was killed in Russia. Following Ukraine drone attacks. Officials have said the acting governor of Russia, southern Rostov region, said she was killed in a strike on a village not far from the Ukrainian border. Russia's overnight airstrike broke another record. Ukraine's Air Force said with 72 of the 550 drone penetrating air defenses, up from a previous record of 536 launched last Saturday night. Air raid alerts sounded for more than 8 hours as several waves of attacks struck Kyiv, the main target of the strikes, the Air Force said on the messaging app Telegram. Now, Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky condemned one of the most demonstratively significant and cynical attacks of the war, describing it as harsh, sleepless night. Noting that it came directly after Putin called Trump, Zelensky added in a post on Telegram, Russia once again demonstrated that it does not intend to end the war. He called on international allies, particularly the US, to increase pressure on Moscow and impose greater sanctions. Footage shared on social media by Ukraine's state emergency services showed firefighters battling to extinguish fires in Kyiv after Russia's large-scale overnight attacks. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, with some of the other stories making the rounds this morning. Now, Russia has become the first country to formally recognize the Taliban government in Afghanistan, sparking outrage from opposition figures. The decision marks a major milestone for the Taliban almost 4 years after they swept into Kabul and took power. Now, Foreign Minister Amir Khan Muttaqi said he hoped it will serve as an example to other countries which have been reluctant to recognize a regime which implements a version of Sharia law along with severe restrictions on women and girls. Others have decried the move, with former Afghan politician Fauzia Kofi saying any move by any country to normalize relations with the Taliban will not bring peace. It will legitimize impunity. Now, Kofi went on to warn such steps risk endangering not just the people of Afghanistan but global security. Ladies and gentlemen, that is what we call a man's, proper misogynistic form of government. Well, let's see. Still coming away from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Moving on because of time. Now, a story coming through. Boxer Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. has been arrested by U.S. immigration. Why? U.S. immigration agents have arrested famed Mexican boxer Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., 39, and plan to deport him to Mexico, where he has an active arrest warrant for his involvement in organized crime, the U.S. announced on Thursday. Now, less than a week before his arrest, the former middleweight world champion was defeated by influencer turned boxer Jake Paul at a match in California. And U.S. officials say he is affiliated with the notorious Mexican Sinaloa drug cartel. His lawyer denied the claims. Under President Trump, no one is above the law, including world-famous, at least a spokeswoman for the Department of Homeland Security said in a statement following his arrest. Now, Chavez Jr. was arrested by immigration and customs enforcement officers in Studio City, Los Angeles on Thursday. His fight against Paul was in nearby Anaheim on Saturday. Chavez Jr. is the son of a former boxing champion, Julio Cesar Chavez Sr., who is considered to be the best boxer in Mexico's history. The DHS statement said the prominent Mexican boxer and criminal illegal alien is being processed for expedited removal. Chavez is a Mexican citizen who has an active arrest warrant in Mexico for his involvement in organized crime and trafficking firearms, ammunition, and explosives, the statement said. Well, as I do say some of the time, you want to hang a dog, just give it a bad name. Say everything, and the dog will be for sure hanged. So come your way from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. 11:42 the time. I will activate the lines for you exactly at 12:45. So 11:45. That's in the next 3 minutes. Okay, a story has eluded me. But so on the world front, Michael Madsen, actor of Kill Bill and Reservoir Dogs fame, is said to have died as well. Okay, in South Korea, Seoul has caught the love bug that nobody wants. What bug is that? You want to know more? You got to stay tuned. Trump appears at height of political power with policy bill passage. But some are saying it's a passage that will come back later to bite. But what do you think about all that? It's all coming away from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. There was one other story that I wanted to bring to the fore. Okay, the story is eluded me, so I will just let it be, and hopefully, maybe before we end the program, I'll be able to bring your way what Trump's nemesis at the moment. You know who that person is? You know him. The richest man in the world is planning or is calling for. Will he have support for that to happen? Well, it's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Now, Mali's school leader has been granted 5-year term in power. General Azimi Goita is set to remain in power until at least 2030. His term can be renewed indefinitely. That's one of the stories making the rounds there. And as I did say, the military leader, General Azimi Goita, has been granted a 5-year presidential term. The junta leader, who has seized power twice, had promised a return of democracy last year, but it never materialized. The bill granting his new mandate said it could be renewed as many times as necessary until Mali was pacified. By who? Okay. It clears General Goita to lead the West African country until at least 2030, with many fearing that the move could lead to the repression of the opposition of dissenting opinion. The 41-year-old military leader was named transitional president after his last coup in 2021. At the time, he promised to hold elections the following year, but has since reneged in a blow to efforts to restore multiple party rule. So what's the way forward? What can be done? That is Starr Radio UK. That is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. As I do say, now provided he's going to be making sure he's championing the cause of his people, that the people are benefiting from all the efforts and all the sacrifices, and not that it's only him and maybe his people around him who are enjoying or benefiting from that, then why not? Why not? Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Now, it's a story. Peter Rufai has been hailed as a giant of football after the former Nigerian goalkeeper died aged 61 on Thursday following a prolonged illness. Affectionately known as Dodo Mayana, he helped the Super Eagles win the African Cup of Nations in 1994 and also represented his nation at the FIFA World Cup in 1994 and 1998. Born in Lagos, Rufai enjoyed a stellar international career, earning 65 caps between 1983 to 1998. His safe hands, commanding presence, and calm demeanor made him a standout performer for Nigeria's golden generation of the 90s. We mourn the passing of the legendary Super Eagles goalkeeper Peter Rufai, a giant of Nigeria's football and a 1994 AFCON champion, the Nigerian Football Federation posted on X. They said, "Your legacy lives on between the six and beyond." It's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. We are moving on. Also in South Africa, as I did touch on earlier on, David Mabuza, a former deputy president of South Africa from the African National Congress Party, died on Thursday, age 64. The party has said Mabuza served one term as the deputy president of the country from 2018 to 2023, and as the deputy president of the African National Congress, or ANC, from 2017 to 2022. His cause of death was not immediately reported, but local media said he died in hospital. Mabuza's political support was critical for current President Cyril Ramaphosa to win the presidency of the ANC at the party's elective conference in 2017, and for Ramaphosa subsequently to become South Africa's leader. Mabuza served as Ramaphosa's deputy and quietly left the political scene after he resigned in 2023, surfacing again to campaign for the party in the country's election last year. He was also the provincial head of the country's Mpumalanga province from 2009 to 2018. Comrade Mabuza dedicated his life to service of the people of South Africa. ANC Secretary General Fikile Mabula Mbabulula said in a statement. He went on further to say, from his day in the struggle against apartheid to his leadership as premier of Mpumalanga and later as deputy president, he was a committed cadre and carried the values of unity, discipline, and transformation, the statement said. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Well, in Tanzania, Prime Minister Kassim Majaliwa has announced he will not seek re-election in October parliamentary polls, ending his chance of being reappointed to the role. Majaliwa, 64, had earlier said he would defend his seat for a fourth term, but made a surprise announcement on Wednesday saying his decision was guided by God and made in good faith. It's time to allow others to build on what we have started, he said, without giving further reasons for his withdrawal. Appointed Prime Minister in 2015, Majaliwa was seen as a potential successor to the late President John Magufuli. He remained in office under President Samia Suluhu Hassan, who is seeking re-election under the ruling Chama Cha Mpinduzi Party. Now, his exit comes shortly after Vice President Philip Mpango announced his retirement in May, raising speculation that President Samia's is consolidating her control within the CCM as she shapes her leadership team for a potential second term. The political analyst suggests Majaliwa's departure could be part of an effort to balance regional and religious representation in government. Tanzania has a Christian majority, while both Samia and Majaliwa are all Muslims. It is all coming your way from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Sir, coming your way from the African front at 9 minutes to the top of the hour. As I said, if we are able to have a communication from the money man, then we'll be bringing him your way at 12:30. If not, we'll bring you a repeat of some of the discussions that we've had, possibly what we did last week. We'll be bringing a repeat of that to you. Now, in Nigeria as well, if you are listening to us touting the achievements of past leaders, how would you score the former President Buhari? Now, former Minister of Transport Rotimi Amechi has said that even though former President Muhammadu Buhari did not achieve everything, not anything, everything, he still did better than current administration of President Bola Tinubu. Amechi stated this on a TV program, Politics Today program on a station. Now, not everything was achieved. Buhari will tell you that he did not achieve all that he planned for, but then he was better than current government by all standards, he said. Really? The former Rivers State governor said Buhari outperformed Tinubu in security and institutional independence areas. In terms of security, Buhari focused on it. In transportation, I'm open to a new challenge. Again, the independence of INEC was higher in Buhari's government than now. Now, they can't even register a party because government officials are telling them not to. Now, those who apply to INEC for registration, their rents have expired, he said. He explained that his criticism of President Tinubu was not personal, stressing that he would have been the first to sing the president's praise. His administration was performing well. Wow! If you were, can you just imagine if he was given a political a portfolio to handle? Do you think he would sing the same thing, or that would change the song, the tune, what he's singing? Well, ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK. So in Nigeria, the Ohanze Ndigbo worldwide has renewed its call for the immediate release of Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, describing his continued detention as unjust and a stain on country's judicial system. In a statement issued over the weekend on Enugu by its National Publicity Secretary Zechi Chukwu, the Apex Igbo Social Cultural Group urged President Bola Tinubu to use his constitutional powers and diplomatic influence to release Kanu in the spirit of equity, fairness, and inclusive justice. Now, Kanu was arrested in Kenya in 2021 and extradited to Nigeria, where he has remained in detention for 4 years. Part of the statement read, "The questions of Nnamdi Kanu's continued detention poses a moral burden on the corporate integrity of the Nigerian judicial system. The world is watching the extent to which the Nigerian authorities are willing to procrastinate the imperative of releasing Nnamdi Kanu." Now, Heinze argued that Kanu's arrest and rendition from Kenya were unlawful and questioned the legality of his prolonged trial and incarceration. Now, since his process of extradition from Kenya is unlawful and the basis for his arraignment questionable, one wonders the rationale for detaining Kanu for 4 years without justice, Chukwu said. Now, interestingly, somebody will say the end justifies the means. So, whether it was fairly renditioned, whether it was renditioned or was legally repatriated or was snatched or anything, they are looking at it that they've got him and that's what they want to do. But do you agree with that? Because if the initial move to, get him, rendition him, was unlawful. Rendition is unlawful. So to do that was unlawful. Why should they go through with that? But somebody say, if you are fighting with your enemy, whatever, the person want to kill you or the person want to do something wrong to you, whatever you do to bring the person down, to hold the person, this is not a boxing contest, right? Is it? But somebody say when it comes to boxing contest, or in this contest, it should be sort of a boxing contest where you cannot hit beneath the below the belt. No, so this one can be below the belt. So the opposition will have to be disqualified for that, or a mark deducted from their points. So maybe that's what is happening there. But do you see a chance that Tinubu will say, you know what, for the sake of peace in the country, let's release Nnamdi Kanu? Do you think that will ever happen? Or as the former President Buhari said, let the case go through the courts and let the courts do their bidding. Then after that, if he wants to pardon, then he can come in to pardon. What do you think? It's now 4 minutes past the top of the hour. The morning to the top of the hour. My apologies. The morning show, the program. I remain yours sincerely, the one and only Archie. Let's take a quick break. We come back. I take you to Ghana for the final segment of the news that is making it round before we have our money man. Stay tuned and don't touch the dial.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medase.
My worship thing is coming.
United Kingdom, get ready for a divine encounter like never before. On the 9th of August 2025, Abraham Lambton Ministries presents the maiden edition of Art of Worship in the UK. An unforgettable evening of glory, praise and revelation. Join us on the theme, The Nature of Worship, as we unlock the heart of true worship with none other than Apostle Abraham Lambton, a prophetic voice for this generation.
I may be down, but still I will worship you. I may be naked, but still I will worship you.
And that's not all. Prepare for anointed ministrations from powerful vessels of worship, Lady Frida Akrofi, Minister Chanel Kale, Minister Emmanuel Jemfi, and a Rabbanam music. The venue, Praise Gate Temple, Unit 5 Pit Lake, 46 Industrial Estate, West Croydon, CRO 3RA. The time is 5 p.m. sharp. Come early, come expectant. This isn't just another event, it's a move of God. Mark your calendar, bring a friend, and let heaven kiss earth as we explore the art of worship. For more information, call +44 7888 635 893 or follow Apostle Abraham Lambton on all social media platforms. Art of Worship UK edition. You can't afford to miss this.
Let the heavens hear you tonight.
Hey, Charlie, you're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy, you stressed out, tired. Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233244941 002 or 00233200606 and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep. Welcome back to the program. This is Starr Radio UK and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. I was still waiting for information from our money man to see whether he'll be able to join us. So wherever you are, don't even think of touching the dial. Yes, don't think of touching the dial at all, as I'm going to bring you everything that you need to know. But this round it will be pertaining to the discussions or what we listened to last week with him, but that will be after I've gone to Ghana as well. So wherever you are, don't touch the dial. This is Starr Radio UK and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. All right, so now in Ghana, interestingly, the president did swear in some judges, but before the constitutional lawyer Raymond Badema is urging legal team of controversial evangelist Patricia Siedu, popularly known as Nana Grada, to file an urgent appeal against what is described as a harsh and excessive 15-year jail sentence handed down by the Accra Circuit Court. Agrada was convicted of defrauding by false pretense, charlatanic advertisement, and obtaining money under false pretenses, charges that stem from a well-publicized incident in October 2022. Now, speaking on a radio show, he said there is always a possibility that a judge may err in delivering a judgment. As a lawyer, once you identify an error in a judgment, that has been delivered, it is your duty to file an appeal to seek injustice for your client. It is far better to ensure that an innocent person is set free than to allow them to be wrongly imprisoned. Convicting an innocent person is unjust and goes against the principles of a democratic society. So is it saying that the ruling of the judge or the conviction of Agrada was a wrong move? What do you think? We need to know. We need to know. Okay, so I'll be bringing you more on that the Agrada case. The President John Dramani Mahani Mahama has called for firm protection of Ghana's judicial reform from political interference, economic manipulation, and public intimidation, describing an independent judiciary as critical to the country's democracy and development. Speaking at the swearing-in of ceremony of 7 newly appointed Supreme Court justices in Accra on Thursday, July 3, the president said, "We must protect our court from political interference, economic manipulation, and public intimidation. An independent judiciary is not a threat to government. It is a partner in nation building." President Mahama emphasized the urgent need to restore public confidence in the judicial system, which he noted has come under increasing scrutiny in recent years. The erosion of public trust in our state institution reflects a crisis of confidence that must be addressed with truth and urgency, he said. However, this movement also presents us with an opportunity to reaffirm the judiciary as independent, to rebuild its reputation, and to restore the people's faith in the rule of law. The president charged the new justices to uphold principles of fairness, impartiality, integrity, and courage. He reminded them that their role is not only legal but moral, requiring them to be sensitive to the needs of the most vulnerable. You are called not merely to interpret the law, but to embody its highest ideals. You are expected to serve not as arbiters of technicalities, but as stewards of justice and conscience, he said. The president reiterated that access to justice must not be privilege for the few, but a right for all citizens. So do you think Agrada is going to receive that at all? Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. So the question is, how is the case of the suspended Chief Justice going on? I'll be telling you more from there. But in reaction to that statement and being sworn in, one of the lead of the justices who were sworn in has pledged equal justice without fear of favor. That is Justice Zemefe. He said that they're going to adjudicate or do what they have to do without fear of favor. But they are addressing. I think they have to change their dressing. You know, it is like what do you call them? Santa. Don't do me anything, please. I beg you. Okay. What's go on? Now, the U.S. the United States of America has issued a warning to Ghana over its mounting financial commitment to China, while allegedly neglecting obligations to U.S. companies and taxpayers. A top-ranking member of United States Senate Foreign Relations Senator James E. Risch has criticized Ghana's approach to debt servicing, stating that the U.S. cannot continue to support the country financially while the West African nation directs larger repayments to Beijing. Instead of a trip to D.C., Ghana's foreign minister should focus on honoring his government's commitment to repay U.S. companies and American taxpayers. Now, we cannot keep subsidizing Ghana while it continues paying for larger debts to China, Senator Risch declared. Now, the rebuke follows a diplomatic engagement between the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Samuel Okudzeto-Ablakwa, and the senior U.S. official at the State Department, including Under Secretary for Political Affairs Alison M. Hooker and Ambassador Troy Domien Fitrell. The high-level talks in Washington centered on strengthening U.S.-Ghanaian relations with a particular focus on trade, immigration, and the looming threat of visa sanctions against Ghanaian nationals. Now, Ghana is currently at risk of being slapped with the U.S. visa ban over concerns that too many of its citizens, particularly students, overstay their visas. According to a U.S. authority, 21% of Ghanaian students who study in America fail to return home, significantly above the 15% tolerance threshold. Now, speaking after the meeting, Ablako confirmed the U.S. had raised concerns over visa overstays, but expressed optimism that ongoing diplomatic engagement could lead to a favorable outcome. Well, it's quite an interesting one and a very, very difficult one. Servicing your debts and how do you go about it all? It's all coming away from Starr Radio UK at 8 minutes past the top of the hour. And I can tell you assuredly, we are going to bring you a repeat of one of the discussions that we've had with our money man after this break. That means he's not able to come on live this morning. So stay tuned. Don't you go away as we bring you the money hour with our money man. Okay, stay tuned. Let's take a quick break there, and I will bring that your way. But thank you very much to each and every one of you for staying in to bring us or to get in touch with us and continue with us on this program. Let me try my best to see whether I can get that out. Let me go out. Yes. And let's see this one. Okay, it's not there. Okay, so let's talk about household budget this morning with the money man, and I hope we get the recording coming through at the right time. Just stay tuned and don't turn the dial. At 10 minutes past the top of the hour, this is Starr Radio UK, the money hour with the money man, a pre-recorded version, one that we did back in the day. Okay, listeners, this is Starr Radio UK. That was question for you. The conversation goes on. We always tell you that after this program, the conversation goes on. You can still put your post or whatever you think on our Facebook page, or you can still tweet them or what. Now you have to become away again this afternoon. Yes, we are glad to have you as well. Okay, so let's move on swiftly because we know we've already chopped some of your time, but don't you worry. Today, so we're having a look at our household budgets.
That's correct, yes.
Okay.
We have been looking over the past weeks to try and save ourselves some money. So we've been looking at some money-saving tips. As much as looking at what we are saving, it's important that we also need to look at what our goings look like, what's the profile, which will help us to be able to save some of that money. Along, as you mentioned before, you find that a lot of people you hear this often that I don't know where the money's gone. Money comes in and it looks like the expenses is more than the income.
Yeah.
Well, if you find yourself in this situation, then definitely this is very relevant to you. You need to start doing some budgeting.
Okay.
If you feel that you are spending more than your income, then the budgeting is essential. So this is what we want to be looking at today, hopefully, in the next 15 minutes that we've got.
Okay, sir. Over to you, sir.
Okay. So as we've already mentioned, it's important that anybody, in fact, looks at what the profile of their household spending is.
Okay.
And also their income. So we all know we have to do it, but sometimes we find it really difficult putting that into practice. Things become clearer when you put them on paper and you start to look at things. So for starters, what you would need to do is to look at what has already already happened. So look at your past expenditure.
Past expenditure, okay.
Yeah, say for example, the last 3 months. Take your bank statement and go through it and analyze it. See what you've actually spent.
Okay.
So if you write down your main bills that you've got, for example, if you've got mortgage payments or you've got rent that you're paying, utilities, telephone, council tax, and what have you, groceries. So anything that you pay for, list them out. Do the last 3 months analysis so that you can have an idea the average amount of spend in your household for each month.
Okay.
After you've done that, you need to also do the same for your income. So whatever money or sources of income in that household for the last 3 months, analyze them, strike an average. Okay, based on the income and the expenditure, you would have a fair idea of whether you're borrowing to survive or you have a surplus.
Okay.
Once you have this picture in mind, then you can start to put in place a budget. Okay, so starting point is to look at the expenditure and the income that has gone on in the past 3 months, so that it gives you a fair idea of how much your family or your household earns and spends on average in a month.
Okay.
Yeah. So the budget will start with let's start with, first of all, the income. You look at the average income. So for example, if your average income for the year, if you're on a salary, you know what your net take-home pay is.
Yeah.
There's no point looking at gross because the tax will be deducted before the money is given you. Yeah. So look at your net income. If you're on a PAYE or if you're an employee, look at your net salary. If you are self-employed, then you'll be looking at how much you're able to take out of your business. If you have other sources of income, for example, if you have maybe a property that you are renting, that you are earning income from, then you need to, also add that income. So all sorts of income for the month in that household needs to be taken into account.
Okay.
Yeah. If there are more than 2 people or more than one person earning income in that household, you have to collate all these incomes, because it's better looking at the household income than individual budget.
All right.
So you have an idea what your monthly income is, and then the expenses would be a lot more difficult. Again, you've looked at the last 3 months expenditure and then struck an average, so you know for every item that you spend in your house, you know how much you would need to spend each month.
Okay.
So if, for example, your gas bill is, let's say, £60 a month, then you will now need to start. Obviously, it's £60. That is how much you have available to spend. If you go over £60, you know that you can't afford it. So then you know that you have to restrict yourself within £60 a month or lower. So
and just to interject there, how do you do that then?
Sorry,
how do you restrict yourself? I know that my gas bill for the month is £60. Yeah. Now I could see that now I'm going higher than that. Now I know that the providers are already increasing their prices. Maybe I've gone through all the what do you call, compare the market thing, and I know that this is the best one that I have. And still I'm going up. What do I do?
Yeah, I mean the important thing about doing this budget is it's supposed to be able to instigate a change and then cause you to start thinking more about your your behaviors and how it's affecting your standard of living and your bills. Okay, so once you realize that you have a budget of £60, now you would have to start thinking of ways to reduce that bill. So, for example, if you were leaving your heating on for longer, you might want to start looking at, maybe I can cut down on when I switch time that I switch my heating on. Perhaps I'm doing my washing at peak hours.
Yeah.
I'd have to look at different times. Maybe I've got economy 7, so maybe instead of washing during the day, I'll wash during
the night.
The little things like that is what is going to drive your cost down. But without putting something down on paper, doing a budget, it will be difficult for you to quantify the changes, the effect of the changes that you are making on your bills. Yes, so that's why this is very important. This is very critical.
All right, so go on, sir.
Yeah, so you have a budget for each of your expenses: telephone, gas, council tax, rent. There are some that are definitely fixed costs. They are outside of your control. You cannot, there's not enough room for you to navigate.
Okay.
So those are what you call fixed costs. For example, if you're paying rent, the rent is fixed.
Yeah, you can't do anything about that.
Time. You can't
Maybe you can decide to sleep in the house 3 days.
The landlord will still take their rent. Council tax, for example, it's fixed. You have no control. Once the local authority decides this is how much your rateable value is, and this is the tax that you have to pay, you can't do much about it. I'm more focused on the things that you can make a change in your lifestyle that can cut waste. Basically, cut waste for you to save some money. And if you start making small changes, you'll be surprised how much you can save.
Okay.
Sometimes things like our telephone bills, you might need to revisit if you're not on a fixed contract, or even if you're on a fixed contract. Look around, see what other deals are about. Without looking, you would not know. You'd be surprised what other people are offering. Even on the same network, sometimes they offer deals where they can match deals of other providers.
Yeah.
So if you're able to get these and approach your provider and say, okay, I've got this offer from somewhere, you either match it or I'm leaving, they are more than likely to want to retain your services, your patronage, and therefore they would reduce your bill for you.
Okay.
So little things like that. But the key thing here is without putting things down on paper in black and white, it will be difficult for you to see this picture that I'm trying to paint for you.
Yeah, I get you. Well, what you talked about? Like phone bills, where we have you as a father, and then the missus and the children, or a mother and the children, and now all the children, even those in the nursery, have mobile phones. Yeah, it looks like that. Now, how do you deal with such? Because you don't want your child to, be left out, and therefore you are sort of forced to get your child a mobile phone, and you know that it doesn't come cheap. It's not free.
Yeah.
And therefore you have to pay. How do you deal with that?
Yeah, the world we live in now is such that you want to try and get be in contact with your child at all times.
Yeah.
So that whenever she needs you, she can get in touch.
Yeah.
So all the children have mobile phones now. So when they are in school or they are leaving, they are out of your sight. You can keep in touch with them and know what they are doing at any time. But as you've mentioned, it comes at a cost, and sometimes at a very great cost. The good thing is that most of the telephone companies have packages that are suitable for children. Because if you give a child a phone with unlimited credit in terms of data and calls and all that, if you're not careful, they will bankrupt you.
Mm-hmm.
So the phone companies have packages that are suitable for children.
Okay.
And they give them a set or some amount of data that is free that they can use. And I want to believe that there are parental controls on this as well.
Okay.
And they are much cheaper because they are being used by children. You have to find out. There's a lot of information out there on packages available. I would recommend people to visit the which website.
Okay.
And before you make any purchase or make any contract, look at what's out there, which has various comparative tools that can compare, do a quick search of the market for you, and then based on that, it will help you to make an informed decision.
Okay.
So let's use the resources out there.
Go on, sir.
Yeah. So once you have your budget of what your income is, how much constraint you've got in terms of how much you've got to spend. If you have a focus of maybe saving some money as well for the future, that has to be implemented, included in the budget. And it's a matter of making sure that you stick to this budget, going forward. If you stick to that budget, then there is no chance of you spending more than you're bringing in, and therefore getting yourself into any kind of debt or having to fall on credit cards to survive or to pay your bills.
But what would you say about people who find themselves already in this hole? They find themselves in this hole, and like you're saying, you don't want to be using credit cards, and that's rather whilst in the hole, try to dig deeper. I mean, you're going deeper and deeper and deeper. What we know a few of them who at times go to these loan sharks to go get some loan because they will need to fix something ASAP, and then and it ends up, very bad for them. What would you say about that?
Well, at all costs, if possible, they would have to avoid, high cost debt. Anytime if you have to borrow money, always think about the implications on how much is that loan costing you.
Yeah.
If you definitely need to borrow that money to sort something out that you cannot do without, then you'd have to look at what options you've got in terms of borrowing that is cheaper. Because once you lay yourself into that debt, it will be difficult to come out. And then you need to know exactly how you're going to be able to pay for that. So it's not enough just taking on the debt, but you have to plan for how you're going to make a repayment of it.
Okay.
Because if you don't, then it becomes a problem for you. Because the longer the debt stays with you, remember, the more expensive it will become in terms of the interest cost and the charges on top.
Wow.
So if you can, being debt free is the best way to go. We looked a few weeks back at the cost of borrowing.
Yeah.
We looked at credit cards and we compared it with other forms of borrowing like overdraft and things like that.
Yeah.
If your credit is good and you can get a good overdraft, then by all means go for that rather than a credit card.
Okay. So you recommend that a good overdraft will be better than going for a credit card or going to loan sharks?
The interest on overdrafts are quite low compared to credit card.
Okay. Mr. Tabiri, I know that your time is up, but if you can run up, please.
Yeah, so I know that doing a budget is not very easy for the layman. If you require any help to start constructing a household budget for yourself, I'm very happy to help you. You can reach me on my telephone number 079-6124-8834, 079-6124-8834, and my email address is dan@GIL Accountancy Services, dan@GILAccountancyServices.com.
Okay, Mr. Tabiri, thank you very much. But I hope that next week, I think we will have to, because there are a few questions that people want to be asking. We'll try to collate all of them, and then God willing, next week when we meet, I think we'll try to bring it your way for you to see if you can address, because some of them are asking now if they know that for sure. The income does not, match the expenditure in any way. So virtually they are ground negative.
And next week we'll be asking him from accountant's point of view. The manifesto that has been presented.
Okay.
Which one will best help?
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining Mr. Dan Tabiri this afternoon with the money on the money hour, where he brought you household budgets, one of the old ones. But I hope that it helps you. But God willing, next week he should be back with us live on the show. So on that note, this is why I bring the program to a close for today. It's been a pleasure coming your way. Hope to see you on next week. But you know what? I pray that you are safe during the course of the weekend. It's going to be a nice one. And I see you all on Monday. Until then, it's been me, your one and only Archie, saying have a blessed day and bye-bye for now. We take this break, and after that, when you don't hear from me, then it's me. I'm out like that. Bye.
United Kingdom, get ready for a divine encounter like never before. On the 9th of August 2025, Abraham Lampton Ministries presents the maiden edition of Art of Worship in the UK. An unforgettable evening of glory, praise and revelation. Join us on the theme, The Nature of Worship, as we unlock the heart of true worship with none other than Apostle Abraham Lampton, a prophetic voice for this generation.
I may be down, but still I will worship you. I may be naked, but still I will worship you.
And that's not all. Prepare for anointed ministrations from powerful vessels of worship, Lady Frida Crofi, Minister Chanel Kale, Minister Emmanuel Jemfi, and a Rabbanam music. The venue, Praise Gate Temple, Unit 5 Pit Lake, 46 Industrial Estate, West Croydon, CRO 3RA. The time is 5 p.m. sharp. Come early, come expectant. This isn't just another event, it's a move of God. Mark your calendar, bring a friend, and let heaven kiss earth as we explore the art of worship. For more information, call +44 7888 635 893 or follow Apostle Abraham Lampton on all social media platforms. Art of Worship UK edition. You can't afford to miss this.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Thanks for listening.